It is knitting podcast time again. I'm feeling very Boston with my Duncan and my Red Sox hat. How are we? How are we today? Good? Great. Okay. I'm just guessing. I'm hoping that you're good because I don't know. I have some stuff to talk about today. I have sweater updates, yarn acquisitions, I have a little unboxing. I have a fun collaboration to share, and then I might go through like a couple knitting hot takes that people have submitted to me on Instagram, which you can follow. It's in the link below. Let's see. I got a lot of them. I got a number of knitting hot takes when I asked for submissions. And sure, I could just make a whole video about that, but I kind of like this format where I've been sharing updates on all the projects that I'm working on. So I think I'm just gonna like incorporate a couple hot takes into towards the end of each video that I do, like 2 or 3. So let's get into it. My first and most exciting update is that this sweater is finished. I actually might put it on because it's a little chilly in here. Hello. Gorgeous. This sweater, I think in my last video I had just done the like surgery that I had to do on this. I had to kind of cut it back. Anyway, this is the Sunset sweatshirt by Jessie May, and it is knit in, I'm putting it on, oh yeah, oh yes, oh this is such a good sweater. I wore it all day yesterday, I'm gonna wear it all day today. Oh. There, sorry, it's knit up in the Painted Fern Fiber Company, her color Cursed Creator, which is this beautiful deep red inspired by Frankenstein of all things. Can you believe? I love this sweater. I've been wearing it a lot lately. Once I figured out that whole construction surgery problem where the armholes were too deep, which is my fault, I did the surgery and then I zoomed through the rest of it. I zoomed through the sleeves, honestly, in like just a couple days. And I finished this, I'd say about a week and a half ago. And it's great. I've got some cute little finished pictures of me wearing it when we went to upstate New York last weekend. So, huge fan of this. But that means I finished one sweater, which means I had to start another sweater. So my second update on the sweater front is that I started this. Gotta make sure I don't pull anything off the ends of the needles. Here we go. This cardigan, which you can see has, so this is, first let's start. The pattern is the Kingston cardigan by Taylor Owen. I've really been loving the pattern. I did find that there was maybe an error in the raglan, the stated number of raglan increases. This is a raglan cardigan pattern. So I kind of just like faked it and I just increased until the sleeves had a number that I felt comfortable with. This is a DK pattern, so I think I increased until there were 60 sleeves. 60 sleeves. Goodness gracious. 60 stitches on each sleeve, and then I separated them. But that's fine. Other than that, it's a really good pattern. It has these really cool little cable details down the raglans, and then they actually go, the pattern is really good. The cables go under the sleeves and then they form, so then the cables go down like the sides of the body of the cardigan, which is awesome. So I don't know, I'd call that maybe 4 inches into the body. This one I'm going to actually try to make like longer and not cropped. I have plenty of yarn. I'm only on my second skein and I have 5 skeins. So I'm going to try to actually make this one longer. This yarn is Harbor from Honey and Quill. This is who's a local Boston dyer. this is a non-superwash base, so the actual, the yarn on this colorway on superwash bases is much less colorful than this. It's more of a gray with just very minimal speckling, but because of the way that superwash takes color and the color blooms and stuff in the dye pans, this one is almost more like, it's like an Easter pastel-y situation. So I'm trying to finish it by Easter so that I can wear it. Fun fact about me that I bet you didn't know, my father is a pastor, so I've always got somewhere to go on Easter. Yeah, so this is what it looks like in the skein, in the cake. In the cake it looks a little bit more like neutral, like gray, but she's not neutral, baby. She is like stunning. So this is the next sweater. I started this actually the day that I finished this, and I had done like most of this while we were in upstate New York for literally 3 days. So now I'm kind of on the slow part, which always happens to me with cardigans, because now it's like, okay, I'm done with the increases. The cables are really straightforward. I've separated the sleeves, and now it's just going back and forth, and then you have to purl every row and blah, blah, blah. But I'm feeling good about it. It does motivate me because you do the cable every 4th row, is when you actually have to like make a new cable. So that is motivational to get me to like, I'm like, ooh, I'm bored, but I can, if I just do one more row, I can cable. So that's good. I'm really stoked about it. I actually haven't tried it on yet, which like I should because it's a cardigan. But I'm really excited about this one. And then I'll get to do a button band and stuff. And once I finish this part, the body, then I'll do the sleeves, and I want to do those flat. So it is kind of like, oh, it's exhausting having to do everything knit flat. But I'm really loving this. The color is really fun. It's definitely interesting. It's not a colorway that it's not exactly how I expected it to be, but I actually really like how it's turning out. And I'm really excited to block it because it's non-superwash, so I'll get to really like lay it out and kind of let the cables open up a little. And I think I'm making a size that's like just above the recommended measurements for my body. I have like a 40-inch bust, so this one I think I'm making the size 4, whatever that is. So it's gonna be a little bit oversized because when I block it, it will kind of like loosen up and spread out a little. Ooh, okay, hang on, I gotta go under here. Ugh. Please ignore that sound I just made. This sweater, which is obviously like taking a while, my beautiful all over colorwork sweater. This is the Little Crystals sweater by Celine Fayten, Celine Knits. I have finished this part. So this part here, it's just a simple like little colorwork thing. I'm supposed to repeat that until it's a certain length. And so I did that, and now I am moving on to what is basically like a mirror of this section. And then I'm pretty sure I get to do body ribbing, and then I'll get to move on to the sleeves, which is going to be super exciting. The sleeves will match, the sleeve colorwork matches this colorwork, so here's the sleeve. It will match this, so I'll make these stars again, and then I'm assuming that I'm going to be doing this repeat again for as long as I need it to be. Yeah, but I'm really, really excited about this one. So this yarn, again, is, this color is, they're both by Mesomakes. This color is Mayoneg, Mayonegg. And the brown color is Anustart, Anustart, from Kate's Arrested Development collection. So it's stunning, beautiful. This is worsted weight, so we'll see when I actually am able to wear this, although it's almost April in Boston, and for some reason the rest of the country is having absolutely beautiful, stunning, like 70, 80 degree weather, and it was 35 and snowing yesterday. So who knows, maybe I'll be able to wear this later into the season if I finish it in like May. But I'm hoping, now that I've done it, I don't know, I haven't done sleeve color work before, so we will see how that goes, I'm gonna make sure that I have, normally like when I do a sleeve that's just like straightforward stockinette or something, I'll do it in magic loop if I don't have short needles that are the right size. This one I'm not gonna do that because I think I'd rather dye than do magic loop color work for a long sleeve. So I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't actually rather dye, but I would be bummed. I would not enjoy myself. So I will find the right size needles for this. I'm really excited about this one. It's designed to be oversized. As you can see, it's a little like that. Yeah, I can't wait. It's so beautiful. This one is like goddamn, you know? I love this. So those are my sweater updates. I am really trying to finish that cardigan before I start something new. Knowing me, you know, I want to cast on, although actually I am doing a test knit. More on that in 1 second. But yeah, I'm trying to finish the cardigan before I start another new project. So wish me luck on that. Okay, before I move on to my yarn acquisitions, which will be fun and exciting, I have something exciting. I have my first affiliate link. This is the Volare pillow, big cozy pillow. It clips on like this around your body while you're sitting on your couch or your coziest chair or whatever. And it sits like this, and it helps to support your arms, your shoulders, upper back while you're crafting. Let me show you. So, picking up this colorwork project, which normally, if I was sitting on my couch, you know, I'd be hunched over this like an absolute goblin. But here, my arms are steady, knees weak. The project is also supported, and this actually helps me just be able to craft for hours. This pillow was originally designed for gamers, but it's also really beneficial for relieving like upper body tension for crafters, especially knitters and crocheters, because now it's easier to do like long haul crafting sessions because you're supporting yourself. I don't know why my lighting's all messed up. Anyway, the exciting part is, oh, also the cover here, this green cover, is removable and washable, which is wonderful. I live with 2 cats, so it's very exciting. But the best part for you is that you can get one of these for 15% off if you use my link that's in the description of this video, which is really, really cool. I'm happy to be supporting this product. It's called the Volare pillow. I really, really like it. It really does make me feel better. I've definitely been having some like tension, you know, like right here, right in the, you know, tightness in my upper back, right below my neck, because I've been zooming through all these sweaters, and this has genuinely like made it easier for me to sit on the couch and craft. Especially also like I work at a nonprofit, but I work in like an office job, so I am just like sitting at my desk at my computer during the workday all day. So then when I come home and I want to knit, but I'm still sitting down, you know, this is very beneficial. This is really helpful because I don't have to worry about wrecking my back, and it also kind of improves your posture, which I really need. So big fan of this. Like, look at how easy it is for me to be doing color work and talking to you at the same time, which is great. Yes, I am using this as an excuse to sneak in a row or 2 on this project while we yap. So, like I said, if you want to get your own one of these pillows, which come in different colors, I picked green because I love green, but it comes in a variety of other colors. You can just head to the link down there in the description and use the code that's here at the bottom of the screen, or actually it'll be over here, which is Claws Out Yarn Co 15, and you can get 15% off, which is not too shabby for baby's first affiliate deal. So happy crafting. I hope that you enjoy your pillow. If you get one, please let me know, because I want to see how they're beneficial for other people too, which is like not something that I'm supposed to be telling, like I don't, you know, whatever. As an affiliate link, I do make a small commission if you purchase using my link, which would be great because I have never actually had made any income from posting things online, and I've been posting, you know, like I've been kind of really throwing my brand out there on the internet for like 3 years, which is fine. I'm not doing that for the money, but it is nice to have a little bonus. So I make a small commission from each product purchased through my link, and you should know that. But yeah, I think it's really cool. It's a great product, and I like that it clips on, so like if you're moving around, it comes with you, which is also, it makes you feel kind of silly because you've got this big pillow on you, but it's really, really nice for being on the couch. So highly recommend, and go get yourself one and enjoy. You're welcome. Okay, now to the yarn acquisitions time of the video. So 2 videos ago, I don't remember when, I mentioned that I had broken my my sweater quantity buying thing, which, spoiler alert, I did again, and I'm gonna unbox that yarn in a second. But I bought a kit, well, I created my own kit to make a Doppio sweater from Explorer Knits and Fibers Iceland collection. And I mentioned that, and I kind of shared what the colors looked like in my last video, or whenever that was, 2 videos ago. But now the yarn is here. I'm so excited. Could I have like taken it out of the packaging? Yes. Also, this is gonna factor into my sweater making schedule because Explorer Knits is hosting a Doppio knit along starting in April. So we'll all be like casting on the sweater and making it together, which is very, very exciting. So now I can like take them out. Oof. Actually, I'll start here. So to make the Doppio, or the way these kits work, and a reminder, I didn't buy a kit, even though EKF had some kits on their shop for this launch, but I looked at the quantity totals in their kits and then made my own from the colors. Because none of the ones they had were like entirely my jam, but I really wanted to do this. So this is the first one. So basically it's 2 strands of fingering weight and then 1 strand of suri or something fuzzy. So this is Stroker Geyser on Denali sock, which I've used before from Explorer Knits to make a pair of socks. Big fan. Very nice. It's this beautiful, like, multi-dimensional, multicolored, but it's kind of gray toned. So that's one of my sock weights. The other one is this beautiful, also slightly variegated, also Denali sock. This is the Katla Glacier. So this is beautiful blue. So now I've got these two. These two together, and then to make, and with the Doppio you hold these 3 strands together. So then the third one that I got is this suri, which is the Yokel Sarlon, which is on alpaca lace, suri alpaca lace. So it's these 3 together. So it's gonna be mostly blue, a mostly blue-green sweater with hints of this like gray color. And I'm overwhelmed with excitement about these. So I'm keeping them in their little, the thing they shipped in, just to keep them in there and have them. And then when it's time for that knit along in, what did I say, April, that's when I'll actually take these up. But for now, they're just like safely living with me in their bags. So in the unboxing, so okay, Baby Cat Yarn, who I love, who I've talked about before, who's like the Sherwin Williams of yarn. She's so good about color theory and making these really interesting solid color yarns that are absolutely gorgeous. And what she's been doing lately is doing like a color of the week and highlighting like one color from her shop for a whole week, and you can get like a little discount on it when you buy it. And on Instagram she'll share that color with like a variety of other colorways that are in her shop and what they look like. So this one actually might be my next cast on. I haven't opened it yet, so we can open it together, but the color's called Honeycomb. And I got it, oh, it's so good. It's this. I don't really wear yellow, but this is the most stunning color I've ever seen. And it was the color of the week a couple weeks ago. Okay, and also when you order from her, she sends you little cat stickers. I have so many of these little cat stickers from her around my house because they're so good. So, I think I got 5. I got non-superwash sport weight. That's 4, a 5. And I love them. So these are going to become, I believe, the Relax Tee. I'll put it here, which is Amy Scher's most recent pattern. And I made one of their raglan patterns last year. And I really liked it. It's, let me pull it out actually. I think it should be right here. Yes. I made the coloring book tee last year. It's cool. And I just said I don't wear yellow. This isn't yellow, it's orange. I love this. This is made in Dye Mad yarns. This one is Sunrise Bumblebee Cherry Tomato is this color, and then this color is Oh Yeah No. I love this. So this is another Amy Scher pattern. It's a compound raglan, so the shaping is really beautiful. And so I think I'm gonna make the Relax Tee out of this. This is sport weight. The Relax Tee calls for fingering weight. Whatever, it's close enough to me. This one just might be a little bit like tighter, but I really like this. So this is Honeycomb. This is gonna be probably the next thing that I start making. Because, well, it's fingering weight, so like it's thinner, so it's gonna take me a little longer. And I love it. I'm just really excited about this one. So those are my 2 sweater quantity yarn acquisitions. But then when we were in upstate New York this past weekend, I obviously had to look for yarn shopping. Actually, whenever my partner and I go somewhere, we'll look for a yarn store to see if I can find something. But we were at a maple farm, like a maple sugar farm, and one of the women there was selling yarn. It's Bat & Kill Fibers from upstate New York. They're based in Greenwich, New York. Was selling yarn, and this is it's worsted weight. It's a mixture of, it's a blend of Corriedale and I want to say merino. I hope I'm right. I haven't fact checked myself and I forget what she said. So I bought these at the maple farm. So they're, she also had some really other colors like blue and whatever, but I really like these natural ones, and I feel like this will be a fun hat or a cowl or something that I'm really excited about. Hang on, coffee break. Don't worry, we did also find a yarn store. So we went to Common Thread Saratoga in Saratoga Springs. And so what I do for my partner, for my fiance every year, is I make him a pair of socks for his birthday. His birthday is not till July, but sorry, but that's irrelevant. So he's getting, sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. He is going to be getting more than a pair of socks this year. There's also this, I'm gonna make him a hat, the Alaska hat, I think it's called. So this is a little skein that'll be the color work, and it'll make it look like a sunset or sunrise, depending on which direction I go. And then this will be the like main color. So that's the plan. Nate's getting those. And then for socks, I got this for myself from Earth Yarns. Earth spelled U-R-T-H. Is this beautiful self-striping. This one doesn't have any nylon in it. This is more just like a fingering thing, but I think I'm gonna make it into socks anyway, or I'll get some nylon thread to hold together with it. But it's self-striping, and I love self-striping, and I can't get enough. And then same brand? No, Gusto wool. These are gonna be Nate's socks. So they actually come pre-separated. So this is a total of 100 grams, but each of these is 50 grams. So you've got one sock and one sock, which I think is great. And I think these are also self-striping. And these ones do have nylon. These are designed for socks. So Nate's gonna be getting these sometime towards his birthday. I've got 3 months to work on it. So, yeah, those are our New York yarn acquisitions, which I'm very excited about. The next thing on my list that I'm excited for is that I'm going to be testing another pattern for Claire Jackson, Perfectly Knotted. I just tested her Study Hour raglan. That was that orange, or Study Hour sweater. It's not a raglan, it's a other construction, which is that like orange and brown multicolored one that I just finished. And I believe I'm going to be making mine with this, which I've had for a while in my stash. This is also Mezzo Makes on her Tenor DK base. This is Look at All These Chickens from her Do It for the Vine collection, which I love. It's like a really deep, like purple blue. And I've had this for a while, so this is like my next one. So I'm making it's the staple tank, which I'll show a picture of. It's like a beautiful negative ease tank top. This is covered in cat hair. Shocking. So that's what I'm going to be making with these. So that is actually going to be, this garment is going to kind of be fitted into my sweater project plans, because I need to make that one next. I think those are all of my updates. Those are my yarn related updates. So let's get into some of your hot knitting takes. Okay, just kidding. I have one more yarn update. So as you may know, if you follow my Instagram and everything, I just released in February the That's Amore collection, which is 12 colors and sock sets designed to be, it's inspired by the 1987 movie Moonstruck. I've got my swatches here. I'm obsessed with this collection personally, just like if you ask me. Do I like my own yarn? Yes, I do. So this collection, I closed the pre-order kind of, this one's my favorite. Sweetheart Liquors, it's my favorite. So, okay, basically, I got a good number of orders. I was kind of like approaching capacity, so I kind of shut the pre-order and I stopped talking about it. But I realized in the last week or so that I had capacity to take on some more orders. And I'm happy to do that. I filled like half of the orders that I got, so I can take on some more. And also I realized that I need to make sure people understand where my values lie. And one of the things right now, and forever I guess, that I'm very passionate about is the freedom and safety of people living in Palestine. So this collection, you can't buy these swatches, but you can buy the yarn. This collection, I've reopened another pre-order, which you can also find it at the link in my bio in the description here. Not my bio, you don't say that on YouTube. The link in the description. I have decided that it's going to be open until April 9th, which is like a week and a half, like 10 days. 10 days from whenever from when I'm filming this, but it ends April 9th. And you can purchase these yarns. I've got 12 colors on 5 different bases and sock sets. And then 10% of the orders that I receive, 10% of the proceeds is going to go to Care for Gaza, which is a nonprofit that's operating in Gaza, in Palestine, helping to provide direct relief to families there in the form of food, tents, trying to get them medicine if they need it, like really direct support and help to those families who are being bombed again by Israel. I could say a lot more on that subject, but I'm going to leave it at that at the moment. But yeah, so if you just found me and you didn't know I dye yarn, please go to my website in my bio and you can find this collection there. It's the That's Amore collection. It's available for pre-order until April 9th, and 10% of the proceeds, which is about $3 to $4 per skein of yarn that you buy, will be donated to families in Palestine. So I just want to put that out there. That's where I stand. If that doesn't work for you, you can leave. Goodbye. And if that does work for you, I really hope that you'll support both me, I'm a very small business, and also help me support people in Gaza that need help. So let's go to your hot takes now. Okay, people had some really good ones. Also, I'm sorry, the lighting, the sun, I can't. Okay, let me adjust. I don't know if that did anything. Okay, okay. Here's a good one, considering that I've been talking so much about knitting sweaters. Sweaters are not the holy grail of knitting. Accessories can be rewarding and challenging too. Yes, I completely agree. I think for me, the reason I'm knitting so many sweaters is because I buy a lot of sweater quantities. However, I also have a lot of accessory quantities. I have a lot of sock sets, a lot of sock skeins of yarn that eventually I'll get to. I have visions of like making scarves and shawls and hats and things. I think, I actually don't know why I don't do more of that. I think sometimes I just get wrapped up in the desire to finish a garment project, a sweater project. When in reality, I should I'm not saying that this hot take is calling me out. But yeah, I think it is good to also focus on smaller projects. And if you're looking for a nice dopamine hit, finishing a hat feels so good. Or finishing a pair of socks or something. So I should do more of that because I do make a lot of socks. Well, I have a lot of socks that are on needles, for sure. Do I finish them? That is a different question. That is a completely separate answer. But yeah, I do believe I should really get in there and make more accessories. So yeah, I do agree. And yeah, if you're just starting to be knitting or crafting, you don't have to aim for making sweaters right away. They're not the holy grail of knitting. You can, if you're I really like this knitting thing, but I just want to make hats for a while, just make hats. That's fine. You don't have to go right to a sweater if you don't want to, or if you don't feel comfortable doing it. And on the other side of that, if you just started knitting and you want to make a sweater, but you're still very new, go for it. Go and do. It'll be good for you. That's my take on that. Let's see, what else we have in here? We've got a couple about knitting continental style versus knitting English. I personally knit continental. I taught myself how to knit continental like 4 years ago when I was working on like my second sweater ever, and I just kind of have gone from there. And it works for me. I really like it. But one person says, continental is not faster than English. Smaller movements make either one faster. I do agree. I think for me, so if you're new to knitting, continental is when you knit and you're holding your yarn over here, like your yarn is kind of held here, and then you're just picking it up and doing that, and it kind of keeps, that's the way that it keeps your tension. Whereas English is when you're holding your yarn and you are throwing your yarn over your needle whenever you're making a stitch. So they can both be very fast. I have seen like people that are scary fast knitting English, which is colloquially referred to as like the slower way to knit. For me, English style is faster. No, sorry, continental is faster for me. I think because it's easier for me to like keep my yarn in my hand and keep myself ready to be knitting. It's also easier for me to not have to switch between having my yarn forward or backward if I'm knitting or purling. So continental is faster for me, but for some people, English is a lot faster. Someone else says, I don't think it's necessary for me to learn how to knit continental. I agree. You don't have to. Like if English style works for you or some other secret third style of knitting works for you, like do that. I think there are a lot of, I think you can kind of get caught up in like, oh, I'm not supposed to be knitting this way. Or like, this is wrong. And like, that's not true. If it's working for you and it's not hurting you, because obviously depending on who you are, like some holding your hand certain ways or using your arm certain ways or whatever can be painful. But as long as whatever you're doing works for you, isn't painful, doesn't hurt your body, and is fine, like go for it. I know that some people like will start knitting and they'll be twisting their stitches because they're accidentally knitting through the back loop instead of the front loop. Like, okay, then you should look at your knitting and be like, how can I fix that? Because that's actually not correct. I'm making my knit stitches backwards. But also, like, who cares? But yeah, I agree. Like, knit however you want. Crochet however you want. I don't care. I didn't even see this. Somebody just after that one said, the only wrong way to knit is if it literally doesn't work. And also said, the yarn you should never, ever, ever knit with is the one that you're allergic to. Agreed. I don't care what yarn you're knitting with. I'd like you to buy my yarn. But if you can't or don't want to, that's fine. Let's see. Oh, someone says, please stop pronouncing the L in yolk. It's wrong and also sounds gross. True. Yolk. Y-O-L-K, yolk. No, it's a yolk. This is the yoke of my sweater. Y-O-K-E. There's Y-O-L-K. There's no L. Don't pronounce the L. I guess I'm doing more than 3 because some of these are fun. I have one friend, I'm not going to name who they are, but they were going through a tumultuous time when I put up this question box on Instagram, so they sent me like 5 things, and I respect it. Starting with, super fluffy mohair sweaters are low-key kind of ugly. I agree with this. Like those sweaters that are made out of just like 1 or 2 strands of mohair, and it's just super fluffy, and and see-through. I don't like that. I'm only ever using mohair or suri if I'm holding it with something else and making it a slightly denser fabric, because I hate that. They also say there is such a thing as too many hand knit sweaters. Yeah, I think like I'm really trying to expand my wardrobe by making my hand knit sweaters, but like you can make too many of them. Like sometimes you need to just be like, whoa, like do I need to be knitting this right now? And the answer might be no. Let's see. I use circular needles for everything. Yes, me too. I don't think I used to teach kids how to knit, and I would use straight needles with them. But that was it. I use circular needles for everything. They're so much easier. They're easier to transport. They're easier to hold. They feel better in my hands. I feel like the straight needles, when they go like down here and like they're like clunky, I can use them, but I'm not seeking them out ever. Okay, and then we'll stop with this one. If you don't test the largest sizes of your pattern, don't release it until you do. I completely agree. I hate when a pattern gets released and it's like, oh, it goes up to like 66 inches bust, but actually nobody tested that size, so just like it's untested. But like it's measured up to there. Like, no, that actually doesn't count. That sucks. Because you're saying that you didn't try hard enough to find testers in all body shapes and sizes, and then that also means that you don't actually know if your pattern works and is written properly for people up to those sizes. And then that means that really your pattern does not count as being inclusive because you don't actually know. Because what if somebody actually did test it at that 64-inch bust size and then like the sizing's all off and the numbers don't add up and blah, like you don't know. And so I hate that. So that's what we're gonna end on because that actually makes me mad for you. And also, yeah, I agree that that's not, that doesn't count as like a fully tested and graded pattern because it's obviously not because you didn't actually finish testing it because not every size was tested. And I think that's stupid. So we're gonna end on that. We're gonna end this video on I think that's stupid. So yeah, couple reminders. I have a link to get one of these wonderful knitting pillows in my bio description. Link in the description. And also in the description is a link to go to my shop and buy yarn. 10% of which will go to families in Palestine. And if you don't like that, get the fuck out of here. Just kidding, I love you. but also you can leave. Yeah. I think I like the hot takes thing. Maybe I will do a video dedicated to talking about the rest of those. Or like spend more time doing that next time. So I have to say these things in my videos to put them in the video so that then I actually do it. If that makes sense. So yeah. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for joining my knitting podcast again. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see me rant about. I love ranting, I love yapping, I love talking about yarn. Yeah, so let me have it. Thanks. Have a great day.